Welcome back, Brother Neil Frazier, aka Metamorphosis. We are back. I'm so happy to be here with you, and we're gonna show your face. It's been such a while. Last week we had a little situation with technology. We had to work around it. It's good to be back the good old-fashioned way, which is really a newfangled, updated technology on that side. And so, nonetheless, truth will continue to flow. This is your purpose in this world. We're happy for that purpose and the fact that you know the purpose and you've committed to the purpose. And now you're executing the purpose. Now for us, the only thing that we have to do is open our ears and our mind and absorb the truth that you share so graciously. Thank you for being here, brother.
Well, thank you as always, Brother Lance. It's good to be back live with you again. And congratulations on all the big things you're doing there in Ghana. You know, like the old folks used to say, you can't hold a good man down. And, you know, when you look at the situations that we're in today, like we were talking earlier in regards to our young people, we know that there is an active electromagnetic warfare going on because we know that people are using these systems to actually, you know, take the energy from our young people and keep directing it in that 90-degree angle.
Yes.
But yeah, today is a day that well, actually, it started a couple of days ago, and I was just looking at, you know, how things operate. I was talking with a couple of people, and we just agreed that the political atmosphere has just created this dynamic, you know, that kind of highlights what's actually happening. But we'll get into the text, and we'll dissect it, and we'll talk about how we can overcome, because throughout our history in engaging these systems, we have had to be resilient. And that's why I have the rooster here. That a video I sent you about the rooster. Did you see that big ass horse that rooster took down?
Yeah.
But,
Amazing.
but you know, the thing is it's all attitude. And certainly when you're dealing with a rooster and you look at their domain, and I was looking at the three black roosters with the red beaks and everything. And
Right.
boy, when they walk through that yard, everything laid down. I mean, it's almost like, you know, nature knows exactly how to, you know, present us in the right situation. But it's us who divert ourselves from the actual road that we're supposed to be traveling. And this is where the topic today, false flag, will kind of address some of those. So again, Brother Lance, always good to be with you. Hello to anyone that's in the chat room. I don't know if you are or not,
Yes.
but hello to you guys. And
Thank you.
the topic
I just want
today,
to say one thing really quick
yeah,
to
okay,
commemorate the time that today is the 16th of September. 4 years ago on this day, this is when we landed in Ghana permanently. So officially, I've been
wow,
here for 4 straight years. And it's another thing I
wow,
want to say. The show is over. Make sure to check your calendar, my brother, because when
okay.
I looked at the calendar, it said 2024. But I believe when you look at your calendar, it's going to say 1999, because right now you look 5 years younger. That's all I wanted to say, my brother.
Well, thank you, man. You know, I try to stay connected to nature, to shea butter, you know, get my 2 to 3 miles in at least 4 times a week, you know, lifting again, because I'm actually out, you know, dealing with people in the streets.
Right.
in terms of yeah, in terms of us fighting against this system that's abusing our young boys and girls for that matter.
Yes.
And yeah, my eyes have been just open so much. But the one thing that this movie, They Live, will you finish your point, Brother Lance?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just
Oh
saying that
yeah,
you're doing something right because you know Father Time is walking around with a bloody nose, and I know why. You're beating him
okay.
down.
Thank you,
Go ahead,
brother. I
brother. The
appreciate
floor
it.
is yours.
Okay. So this movie, They Live, I know a lot of people are aware of this movie. It was a pretty popular movie. It was in the 70s or maybe in the 80s, but one of my favorite actors, Keith David, was in it. But the name of the topic today is They Live, False Flags and the Secret Agenda to Destroy Black Progress. And we're going to address three important issues here: false flags, the migrant crisis, and the savior ideology that helped to destroy Black progress. And just before we get into the false flags, real quick, um, it's funny how when you actually go back and look at movies, you find out you actually miss a lot of the central points. And then you ask yourself, well, who are the people that make these movies? Well, they're the same people that run the systems that control us. So, with that being said, we know that this is an active and ongoing situation that we have to confront every day. But the symbology in this movie is just off the charts. So when they put on the glasses, right, that was to me a sign of an open pineal gland. I don't know how other people viewed this, but that the majority of people were walking around with a calcified pineal gland. And then all of a sudden they put on these glasses, and now your first eye or third eye, whatever you want to refer to it as, is open, and you see the truth. And this is what's happening now as we have this energy shift where those of us with an open pineal gland, now we begin to, this is why I always say we're in an electromagnetic war, because people are trying to, use these sorceries that they have to command, well, it's basically radio waves. You can try to actually manipulate, okay, what's in the atmosphere. The strange thing about it is they don't have the power to do this. So that means that there's help coming from somewhere. We know where that is. But I'll give a definition of a false flag, or at least the one that was given. Harmful, often militant event or actions that is designed to appear as as though it was perpetrated by someone other than the person or group of people responsible for it. Now, I'm going to read that again and give a brief breakdown of that because this is very, very important. First of all, a false flag is harmful. Why is it harmful? Because it's rooted in deception. And anytime something is rooted in deceptions, it's going to harm you, mentally, a lot of times physically, but certainly spiritually, in which our people, because we don't have the glasses on to see what's actually going on, and we fall prey to this. But a false flag is defined as a harmful, often militant. Now, why militant? Because there's some type of aggression, okay, that's associated with a false flag. Whether it's a physical, psychological, spiritual aggression. Um, it's often a militant event or an action of behavior that is designed. And design is a very, very important word in this. because that means that somebody is sitting down like they do with AI and design. And we can go up in a whole 100,000 different ways and how this is being done. But we'll just stick to what we're talking about today. Um, but it's designed. Now, this is, and see, this has been done to our people for so long, it's not even funny anymore. But it is designed to appear as though uh, perpetrated by someone other, okay, than the person or group of people responsible for it. And see, that this is what happens to black people all the time. The people that are responsible for this are putting up these false flags to make us think that there are other people responsible for this. Now, the other people who are put in these positions, they're just doing what comes naturally. And this is why I always say that there's some type of sorcery involved in you know, our government and our social systems and the people that run it, because it's almost impossible to do this when you have a calcified pineal gland. So there is some type of union between negative forces or energy that brings us about. And finally, a false flag operations are often calculated. Again, here we go again. Design, calculated. Look at the words. Appear, you know, okay. They're often calculated to generate sympathy for the attack group. So while they're calling us saying we're using the victim card, this is actually what they're doing. They're actually you and see these are the type of subtle games that they play. Okay, because they want to say that okay, well, we are crying wolf all the time when there is no wolf there. That may be true. It may be a fox, like that rooster ran off their farm um, in that video. But the thing is at the end of the day, it's all designed and calculated, okay, to destroy your progress, which is rooted in nature. And the term is also used to describe a deliberate, let me say that again. The term is also used to describe a deliberate misrepresentation of one's motives. See, I get it because in our etheric hearts, in our natural existence, in the etheric realm, this is who we are. We are people who have, the full spectrum of the electromagnetic spectrum, right? We can go from one end to the other, okay, where other people have to manipulate and do things to try to manipulate nature in order to get similar results. And I'll use a story in the Bible because, again, our people, it is what it is. Our people comprehend everything from religion, okay? This is how we were indoctrinated, so I'm not even trying to fake that anymore. But you remember the story, the narrative they gave about Moses when he went in and threw his rod down, and I believe he ate up all, or no, he turned his rod into a snake, and so the enchanters, the sorcerers, whatever name you want to call them, they duplicated the same thing. These are counterfeit spirits. So, but in the end, the snake that Moses threw down ate up the other ones, right? He counted the spirit. So this is what we're faced with today. Now, when they say when they use something, okay, it could be political, it could be social, it could be economic, but whatever they're using, it's a false flag because remember, you have been studied for millennia. They know what you like, they know what you don't like, they know what your mama like, they know what your daddy like, they know what your friends like. So, that is a no-brainer. But the thing that we have to wrap our head around are these several words in this definition that I'm going to bring out again. The first word is harm. Why is it harmful? Because the intention of it and the energy of it, and this is a part of the frequency wars. Okay, when you operate at the God principle, which is 963 hertz, but other people are still operating, you know, at much at the caterpillar frequency. That's what I like to call it, much lower vibration. But these vibrations affect you because it gets your attention, or more to the point, because you starve for attention from the same people that are setting up these events. Now, it's a harmful event, okay? That's what it says. And often it's militant. So, this is why you see all of this warmonger type mentality. That's not what real men do. Real men sit down. I remember, I remember this song. I think it was by. I could be wrong. The name of idiot. Uh, there will never be any peace until God is seated at the conference table. So until we're seated at the table, there'll never be any peace because there can't be any peace when you have the primordial seed egg of none, when you have them still caught up into this huge spider web. But this event or action is harmful and it is designed to appear. So, in other words, somebody is faking you out. It's sort of like what are a hologram, like they're doing now with the holograms with Tupac, Michael Jackson, and what have you. But it's designed to appear. So that's already telling you that someone is playing mind tricks on you. Okay, it is designed to appear as though perpetrated by someone other than the people or group of people responsible for it. So this is we see this happening all over the planet now, and people that operate off of a calcified pineal gland, this is their go-to game plan or playbook. Is that they will put the things in your face that they know you like to make it appear as if it's perpetrated by someone other than the people responsible for designing this. And this is always the case. Okay. And we're going to get in when we get into the migrant crisis, we're going to break this down a little more. But you can see that it's like throwing the rocks and hiding your hands. Oh, I didn't have anything. Oh, I know a good story that again. Now I will say I started to look at this a little differently because actually, if our people looked at what has been ingrained in them and break it down, it actually can be used to our advantage. It actually can be used to our advantage. Okay, but the story about Pontius Pilate washing his hands after he condemned, an innocent man based on this allegory. But it still brings out the point what we're talking about with false flags. Okay, you cannot, the people responsible for this, you cannot wash your hands of this. There is so much blood in the soil all over the planet of the original seeds of the creator creatrix. And someone is going to have to answer that. You be talking about all this stuff. You be telling our people about the white throne judgment and heaven. No. Mm-mm. The Netaru are dealing with that right now. Um, But so they act like they're not responsible for the system that they have set up to kill our people, their hopes, their dreams, and aspirations, and physically. It's another form of lynching. But false flag operations are often calculated. That's the word I wanted to get to. Okay. It's often calculated to generate sympathy for the very people that set this up, but yet they want to say that we're the ones that's crying a victim for. I beg to differ. Okay, we can have a conversation about this. But the term is also used to describe aha. This is at the root of a false flag that they use the media, all the sources that you deal with in all areas of human activity. They use this, it is used to describe a deliberate misrepresentation, or in other words, a lie of one's motive. And this has always been done to our people. And that's why, if I will do make a political comment, it's that you have the right, okay, to look at what's best for you. Okay. Don't be caught up into look at what's being done to our people. Okay. Don't get caught up into this where they're using a deliberate misrepresentation of their motives. Now, let's go into the migrant crisis. Let's talk about that. Okay. Because this is very, very important. This is important in the sense that the migrant crisis is one of these false flags we're talking about. Okay. And all you got to do is go back and look at when Gary Webb, they assassinated him for bringing forth this knowledge that the CIA was dropping drugs and guns in the black community. Know this to be a fact. Okay. So now, since all of these decades, I'm sorry, centuries or millennia, that these same weapons have been pointed at our people have failed. Yes, it has. It has had it was just like, I guess, if you drop a bomb or a missile on a country, it had the same effect. But our people are resilient people. And don't forget, we were created to be the guardians of the planet. So people forget that sometimes because of the position that we're in with fiat and how you've been tricked with that and materialism. But I just want our people to think about something. And one of the reasons I'm gonna say this is because I know a lot of Latino people. I've been knowing them for a long time. The media lies about them too. Okay. Now, there's a 10, maybe 15% of them, like all cultures, like when they demonize our young people, it's talking about gangs and killers and all this. I'm not saying this is not true, but what I'm saying is you're painting a broad brush of a whole culture of people based on a 10%. And I learned this from Dr. Amos Wilson, because in order for 8% of the world's population to rule over the other 92%, at least 40% of the people you're ruling over have to be involved with, all right, brother, involved with what you're doing. They have to be sold out. And we know that with the coons that we have here in America. We know this. But when you look at the migrant crisis, okay, we go back to these words that I said earlier, okay? Harmful, uh, militant event, because these people are physically being put in black communities to engage our people. Okay, so you can say whatever the hell you want. We know what you are doing. And this is one of the most asinine things that have been done to our people. After, I'm gonna tell you something, brother. Our people love America, man. We we have sacrificed for this country, and you hear other people talking all this patriotic stuff and like they are the only black people in America bled and died in all the wars. They helped build this country from the ground up. Uh, Invented things that not only help people in America but globally have a better quality of life. Black people have been the most loyal to their religion. Black people have been the most loyal to their structured education and have been the greatest victims of their justice system. These are facts that cannot be denied. But when we look at this, those words come out at us. When we look at this migrant crisis, it's a militant event and it's harmful. This is one of the most devastating weapons that they have attacked our people. But go on record today saying it's going to backfire on the evil plot that was designed to destroy the progress that black people have made, okay, that we deserve and earn. They try to say our people are lazy, but no, black people gave it's like when you go on a football field or you go on a basketball court, you leave everything there. Our people have done that, and now they're trying to erase that. And so this event and this action is designed to appear as though it's perpetrated by someone other than the person or group of people responsible. Like they show all these pictures of the migrants, okay? First of all, risking their lives after their countries have been decimated by inflation, where a damn loaf of bread costs $25. See, so you and these people travel through, I forgot what they call it, and they have to come through the jungles of Nicaragua. I forgot what they call it. But when you look at that, it reminds you of the great migration of black people here in this country, or we would have been stuck in the South in sharecropping. That is a fact. And we were attacked. Oh, go ahead, brother. Yeah. Thank you, man. Okay. Our people were attacked for wanting a better life. Okay. The things that they endured. When you look back at the tale of cheers, I'm sorry, cheers, the tale, the trail. God, I gotta get some more rest. The trail of tears. When you look at the 500 plus treaties that were broken, all of these things, you have to look at the genetic memory bank of this electromagnetic spectrum that we currently see the manifestations of. But yeah, so the people responsible for flying these people here in black communities and opening the borders for them to come in. That's why I don't call them illegal. Um, based on the so if you want to use the term illegal, that's based on the term that is used by the letter of the law. But as we know, there's the letter of the law and there's the spirit of the law, because the spirit of what is being done shows clearly that you cannot have over 10 million people come to a country, okay, to their borders if somebody didn't allow this. So I was born at night, but not last night, okay? Now, you can shut down a country the size of Iraq in less than a month, but you telling us that you couldn't protect our border. I ain't buying it. But nonetheless, they're here. Okay, they're here. They have put them in direct opposition to our people. Okay, A lot of black people get angry at me when I say this, okay? And I know how they feel towards us, what they've been taught. They come from other countries, okay? But do not get caught up into this false flag because they are not responsible. You need to direct your anger at the people who are responsible for this. Because, again, this operation, a false flag operation, is calculated, okay, by the people who uh, perpetrated this, and it's designed for you to believe that someone other than this group of people are responsible for it, i.e., the migrants. And finally, at the end of the day, the term is also used to describe a deliberate misrepresentation of one's motive. Now, let's ask our question. What was the motive for opening up our borders and allowing 10 million people to come in? This is what we need to look at, okay? Because now that they are here, okay, the veil is being lifted off people's eyes in terms of the deliberate act and the calculated act to take care of them, to house them, to put them over American taxpayers. So again, when you look at the behavior of people from these countries, and I sat down with a friend of mine, he explained something to me that a lot of Americans are not aware of. They've been dealing with this since the 80s, man. Having to, fight for survival against their own brethren and sisters just to eat or take care of their families or what have you. But when the American media presents it to us, it's something totally different. Now, the hate that's directed towards our people is something that was, again, instilled in them from people who have the same hate towards us. Okay? This is a fact. They have been taught this. If you go in any country, okay, we're always talking about how the East Indians who are blacker than you and me, okay, they have this attitude that is aligned with the system of hate towards our people. Okay. You know, every culture that you look at, but now that the creator spirit is lifting the veil off of people's eyes and their sorcery is getting weaker, because once you start challenging people with the open pineal gland with the electromagnetic spectrum, you're going to lose. Okay. You're going to lose this fight. So you can warmonger all you want, kill all these people, and then on Sunday preach this stuff about love when we know who you really worship and what you really worship. So my final take on the migrant crisis is they're here. They're in our communities. Their children are growing up with our children. Okay. I can't speak on the adults, because when you're an adult and you have to fight someone to put food on your table, it presents a natural um, aggression towards each other. And I explained this one time before on one of the videos I did about Malcolm talking about the house nigga and the field nigga, and where this natural animosity that black people have with each other came from. It was calculated, it was deliberate, and it was designed for the effect that it has produced. When you're in a field picking cotton in 110-degree weather in Mississippi and Haiti and Jamaica, Brazil, wherever they had our people, and you got cotton thorns stuck in fountain hues, explain this perfectly in the slave narratives. And you look up from that hot field you've been in all day, and you see somebody like one of you walking around with a towel, a white towel, uh, sh- uh, with a plate and a glass of ice, water, or whatever is in it, right? And serving people. This brings natural jealousy, okay, and enviousness, and this is this is calculated, okay. But before I move on, the one thing I want to prepare our people for, we already see what their game plan is, okay. Just do the right thing. You know, you have a right to protect your interests. They want us to get in an open warfare with brown people. That's what they want. But at the end of the day, that 10% or 15% that they're keeping in the media, because most of the ones I know, they work every day. I don't know what, but at the end of the day, we have got to find a way, okay, to get back to our core principles as Black people, and then pass this down to our young people like our ancestors did for us. Um, Now, the final thing we're going to talk about today is the savior ideology that helped to destroy Black progress. See, one of the things too, we even today, when you look at this presidential race, we're always looking for a savior. No other culture is looking for a yes, who's president is very important because their ideology will, put the energy out in the country. But from a cultural and community perspective, it really it's the people and alliances that we have on a local level, on a state level, that really has more effect than than these people we're looking to as saviors. And I get it. We want a reprieve from the hate. It's hard to live as a Black person in this country, living under hate, the spirit of hate every day, with people that smile in your face every day. You know, which I've also considered following Dave Chappelle's advice, and it's worked out pretty good. But this savior ideology has helped to destroy the progress of Black people in the sense that we're just sitting back waiting for quote unquote the Lord to come. No, you are the Lord, okay? You are the Savior. And the minute you start thinking that way, things will improve for us, for our people. And so, with that, I'm going to end it today, Brother Lance.
Yes,
Got this
sir.
meeting, and sorry it had to be so short, but we'll do a part two on this if you
Yeah, no
want.
problem, brother. Sometimes we go a little longer, sometimes we go a little shorter, but it doesn't matter because every bite is good. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hey, you know what I looked at the other day? I looked at
Yes.
the fight between my cousin Jackie and Layla Ali. It was,
Right.
man,
Right. That was something.
yeah, that brought back memories. I was like, wow, okay.
Wow.
Because a lot of times, the thing is, and I was looking at the fierceness, they even had George Foreman's daughter, beautiful sister, Black Girl
Yeah.
Magic, sitting in the audience, and she spoke so eloquently about, and I cringe when I look at our young sisters now, the role models they putting up there for them. And
Yes.
I know what type of woman Jackie is. Even Layla turned out to be Foreman's daughter. And these are women who have principles that stand for something, but they don't put this in front of our young women.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
we know what they
There's a
put
reason.
in front of them.
There's a reason for that.
So there's a big reason for that, brother. A big
Mm-hmm.
reason. So I got my rooster hat on today to say that the roosters don't take no shit. When you violate them and you violate their yard, oh, you getting ready to meet force on force. Okay, they're not making no excuses about nothing. No fox, you know, even a hawk, one of the most vicious birds. When you
Right,
come into that territory to take away, and see, black folks used to be this way. That's why I wanted you to show that. But I got the rooster hat. That
right.
we protected the interests of our communities. Now, somebody will sell you down the river for $50, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and don't even think twice about it. They don't even think twice about it.
Mm.
So, these puppet masters using these false flags, using this savior ideology, and using this migrant crisis, anything they can throw to stick against the wall, as long as they have our people's minds tricked, they can do that. But we're pulling the lid off of that, brother. And, you know, there's no, in this electromagnetic warfare, we already know who's going to win. Our people are going to suffer because we're still connected to this fiat and materialism. But at the end of the day,
Yes,
we always win. Okay, brother
brother.
Lance. Peace and love,
Much
brother.
appreciated. Much
Yes, sir.
appreciated.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you, brother. I will. You know I will. Take care. Yes, yes. Short but sweet nonetheless. Just have to say that tonight I might not do a live show. I have some very, very important business to take care of early tomorrow. I'm going to see and play it by ear. But tomorrow evening and all day with the shorts and different things I want to do, that will go on tomorrow for sure. I have to play it by ear tonight because I'm still planning my time for tomorrow. So please understand, we're not slowing down. And I also have the plugin working on landscurve.com. When you sign up for the email, for the next for the all the content on landscurve to be delivered to you in your email box. Just want to remind you to get there, go to landscurve.com. You'll see the red letters up top. And this is when you're on a computer, right? Because it's different layouts on the phone. Scroll down and look on your left-hand side. You'll see the widget for Facebook, the Memorandum 46 widget on the left side, and then you'll see email subscriptions. And when you do it on the phone, we don't have 3 separate rows. It's one row, so you have to go through and keep scrolling down until you see the email subscription widget, a little section. Put your name or whatever name you want that you will receive the email in, and then you have to add your actual email and hit subscribe. And as soon as I post anything to landscurve.com, it gets put right in your email inbox. It's completely fixed now. I'm so happy. I want to thank my friend who's been working with me for years for the things that I just can't go as deep to do that he does for me. But it's a constant progression, and I'm working hard to get everything separate from social media, meaning that I'm really into building a community instead of just having it where everything is on social media so they can manipulate the way they want. So I'm working very hard to bring quality now and quantity. But like I said, tomorrow, very early, I'm probably not even going to get much sleep tonight. I have to get up very early and take care of some very, very important good news business, good stuff, right? I can't speak on it now, but just know that I'm very, very happy with the way things are progressing. And like I said earlier on in the broadcast, that today is the day, 4 years ago, exactly to the day, September 16th, landed first in Ghana to live permanently. Now, you know, the year before I came here on a visit for 3 weeks, like in 2019, for 2020, September 16th, that's when we landed here. So it's very symbolic that yesterday, 4 years ago, we took off and flew, went up to Amsterdam on a layover, took a long time there, and then came on down to Accra, Ghana. And I've been here ever since. And tomorrow is symbolic of this whole journey. And it's just ironic, and I'm just overjoyed when certain things happen in a certain certain sequence, you know it's a divine thing. And no matter how many times people try to make you feel alone, tear you down, make you think that you need them, and nah. You keep on pushing, even when things look a certain way, and you'll always be put on top. And the people who came at you will wonder and scratch their heads and say, how the heck? Hey, I can't say it's because of my doing. It's the creator, universe, and just the positive energy we throw out, because you cannot throw out the negative energy and expect anything good to happen. But when you need the good energy, right, it's there when you need it, you know, and that's a definite. And things for me is proof positive of that. So I'm going to wrap this down. If I can, get a few things together, paperwork and stuff and everything that I need to do, I'll come on short a little bit, or maybe do a few shorts or whatever, but yeah, it is what it is. And we're going to get down in some deep topics, y'all. I mean, from now on, I want to keep it deep and I want to keep it intense. And I wrote an article that I would like for you all to check out. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if the distribution went that far, but I'm going to put the link here right now. It's an article that I won't even put on in the YouTube community section because they'll probably take it down. Seriously. So that's how deep it gets. But it's very intense. So my more intense expressions will be on landscurve.com. You won't see it anywhere else. And that goes for certain videos also. I'm going to keep it there, And let me drop this link here. And of course, somebody's calling me, and of course, I'm not going to pick up because I'm on the show. Simple as that. But let me see. Okay, I'm going to drop this link here. It's one of my more intense articles, and I'd love for you to leave a comment at the end. And it's just something that I feel that needed to be said. A lot of people did not like it, and I don't care. And there it is. So that's the article you can check out. Doesn't take long to read it, but on the blog, your comments and let me know what you think. And don't hold back with the language, whichever way you want to express yourself. And we'll definitely be back tomorrow several times over. When I do my moves tomorrow, I will keep my camera with me. We'll have all kind of footage to put up. The party will continue tomorrow. If I happen to have a little time, I'll come on later. But until then, much love to you all. Thank you for being here. Neil Frazier's back. Everything's looking good. We know how to spend on Monday nights. And I just want to do this 7 days a week in some form or fashion. We're going to go deeper. Thank you all so much. Make sure to go to landscurve.com and subscribe to the email list and check out this, which you can do that after you subscribe, right? But take care. Have a good night. Much love to you all. On to the next one. Landscurve out.